Hi, everybody. Let's go through Unit 3, Activity 2, Resumes and Cover Letters. You may already have a resume and cover letter, but I want you to make sure you're editing it to the stipulations that you find here in this activity. So first of all, it just talks about resumes and cover letters. And in this video, it talks about some errors that people have made in cover letters and resumes previously. So make sure you're watching that video. There are some sample cover letters that you can go through, and everybody writes a cover letter a little bit differently. So again, even when looking at the examples, make sure you're looking at the feedback form that's posted, which I'll show you in a minute to make sure you're following the directions for this course. And again, you can go through other examples of the cover letter and what you should have, so what a salutation is, and so on. And again, there are some examples of resumes here. I really want to make sure, though, that again, you go through the example that I'll show you at the bottom. There is also a journal activity, so make sure, again, you're filling in your journal because, again, that's due with your culminating. So just personally answer these questions. So how often do you think you should update your resume with any new information? Why should you have someone proofread your resume and cover letter? Why is it important to be honest? And what is the most difficult thing about creating either the resume or cover letter? At this point, you're just going to save them to your portfolio, but be aware that they are due as an assignment to the classroom in the next activity. You really have to make sure that you're following your cover letter example to one of these positions. So pretend that you are applying to either a summer camp counselor at the YMCA, and here's the information you would need to include in your cover letter. You could also pretend you're applying to a landscape position, and again, here's the information you would need. Or lastly, you can pretend you're applying for an electrical apprentice, and here's the information you would need. So go through these slideshows on what to include in a cover letter and what to include in a resume. And then, like I was saying, make sure you're going through this feedback form. So to know what section should you have, what bullet point should you have, what am I looking for, that there's no spelling, that it's all formatted correctly. And again, for the cover letter, what header should you have, what address, the salutation, and then what you should have in each of the 4 paragraphs of your cover letter. So this is important because that's how you are going to be evaluated in the end. You can save it, upload it to your portfolio. If you want feedback, make sure you're asking me a week before it is due. And again, this just tells you to do that here. So in the next activity, you're going to be submitting your resume and cover letter. If you feel you're ready to do that now and the assignment drop box is open, feel free to do that.